Hello, I'm MC Toon, and it's Tuesday night, and we are talking Top Left. The nominations for Top Left have begun. Well, this is the first stream of nominations. I have with me, let me see, hold on a second. I want it to be right. I want to get this timed perfectly. I have with me tonight the one and only Wolfie 3010. Welcome, Wolfie 3010.
Ahoy hoy, how's it going?
I'm good. So some people may know you as Planarwalk, but McFlatty has dubbed the Wolfie 3010 because clearly, being that he's Australian and you're Australian, and you're both NASA shills, he's clearly your dad.
Yeah, impeccable reasoning there.
Oh, McFlatty with the flawless flat earther logic.
And also seeing as I was born on the 30th of October,
clearly the
obvious.
3010, yes.
Yeah.
Good evening, the plot hole. So we if one or two people wanted later to come in, send me a message on Discord or Facebook Messenger maybe. And but we are talking Top Left. In case you don't know what Top Left is, it is that there was, when Reds left the community a while ago, he went on to do bigger and better things. There was a bit of a gap because every year there was a certain competition that was looked forward to, and it didn't happen this last year. It was his thing. So we, FDFE and I started, and we included Schrodinger's cat in the introduction last Tuesday on the SC Toon Show, which I have right here, this shirt for that. The introduction for Top Left. I won't go over all of it, but it's the Dunning-Kruger chart. On the far left side, at the very peak, there's this hill or this mountain. We call it Mount Stupid, and some flat earthers live on top of Mount Stupid. And so we're nominating tonight the ones that we think exemplify the most Top Left. With the official nomination stream will be once we've just figured it out and settled ourselves into different camps, will be February 15th on FDFE's channel. Then through the month of March, we'll be voting, and the final glorious winner will be crowned on April 1st. We actually have some artwork that amazing Joel Rube, Joel, Joel Rube did, that will be on a shirt that will be sent to the winner. There it is. This is, I love the flat earthers. Oh, on a disc floating through space, with the water spilling over the edge, boats flying off of it, the Kraken grabbing submarines, and the winner of Top Left sitting on the edge, feet hanging over the edge of the flat earth. So, flat earthers, this could be yours. This picture could be yours on a shirt. All you need to do is embrace, to the best of your ability, the essence of Top Left. So, how are you? How are you, Planarwalk? What is new for you?
Hold on, you just cut out there for a bit. I think my internet.
I didn't cut out. It was all you.
It was all me.
I heard you. All right, you back?
Okay. Yeah, I'm back. I can hear you now.
Okay.
It's just, I think, yeah. So what did you say there?
I said what's new with you? Because this was a distraction technique because I have to arrange some things in OBS, and so I'm handing it to you so that I can focus on. But don't tell the audience that, because I'm a consummate professional.
Yeah.
So what's new with you, Planarwalk?
Not a whole lot. I've mostly been working on stuff, which, I mean, I've shown people what I'm working on my live stream. On Monday, it was music for Flurfia, which was fun. It was a bit slower than I would have liked. But on the plus side, I did get a track completed, and I just have to finish like some of the alternate versions and all that kind of stuff to make it so that if you go from one area in the game to another area in the game, the music swaps. However, it's not just going to stop playing one track and play another track. It's actually going to switch between them in a way where it fades one in and fades the other out. But it's almost like the same track. There's just slight differences.
Oh, I've seen that in games. Is this kind of as smooth as Zelda?
Well, I think Zelda utilizes that technique in its games, so I guess.
All I need to do is say the word Zelda, and the song is playing in my head forever. So,
well, everyone knows that song.
So, all right, let me get to my nomination before we get too far into this. So, for me, the key to Top Left is not just being wrong about stuff. That's not enough. Because that's the left to right portion of the graph, right? They're on the left side. They're wrong about stuff, but they need to be super confident. I think confident isn't even the word. I think arrogant is the word that really exemplifies and really embraces top leftiness. So they need to be massively arrogant. It helps if they tell people often that their IQ soars above other people. It helps if they tell people all the time that they got a full ride scholarship to a D3 school that doesn't offer full ride scholarships. It helps if they stand on street corners telling other people that they're wrong. And it helps if they plan to go to universities and confront the people at universities, probably hoping to confront professors with their new super woke truth that is definitely more correct based on all of the years and years of research and investigation and empirical evidence that they have garnered. So that is why my nomination for Top Left will be Austin Whitsitt. So who did anybody, I want to look back, did anybody call it? Nobody said it.
Some people literally just called it before you.
There it is. All right. Well, so yes, that is my choice. Now, in the nomination process, you need to get 2 nominations for somebody to actually be in the running. So I will first, and I will need somebody to second. So, do you think? What do you think? Is Austin a good contender?
Yeah, I think that he is a decent contender. I think there are other people that people will be like. I think that there are some other stronger contenders out there.
Oh, stronger.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that there are. I think that I don't know. Maybe Austin is one of them ones where, because he often comes in second to Nathan Thompson.
He does tend to somehow lose things to Nathan Thompson. Somehow he has lost things to Nathan Thompson. All right, I forgot. Last stream, I was going to do this. Last stream, just as we're ending, Caucasian Sensation sent in a super chat for $5. It says, love the content tune. Keep up the awesome. Thank you for that. And I'm sorry I missed it in the last stream. Plot the 3 says, he's just such a Jake hole. It's hard to deny. Charlie Welch, Whitsitt is a case study in what conspiracy madness can do to a guy. 5 years later, he's missing teeth, looks emaciated, no income, good nomination. Well, thank you very much. Don Giovanni says, why do you have to bro so bro? I think one of the the keys though is that it's not just one appearance. So somebody's talking about JM Truth. JM Truth for most of 2021 was absent the flat Earth movement and absent stuff in general. He was on Modern Day Debate last week, right? And come on, what have you done for me lately? Yes, he's done one thing for us lately, but what did he really produce in 2021? Rider of Dinosaurs was just begging for JM Truth to put out more stuff, and JM just did not oblige enough. So maybe between now and April 1st he'll really come in from behind, but I don't think JM is there. In 2019 I was backing him. Right?
Yeah.
I
Same here.
I wore the shirt for JM Truth to the 2019 Flat Earth Global Convention in Dallas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. My nomination, is it ready? Are you ready for my?
Yes.
To reveal mine?
Well,
okay.
Let's see your shirt a little better. Let's see. The Dunning-Kruger. Dunning-Kruger was done to people like you and found that you guys think you're smarter than you actually are, so it doesn't apply to me. A flat earther on the internet said that.
Yeah. Yeah. And some people may know who that flat earther is. This flat earther literally Dunning-Krugered the Dunning-Kruger effect. And I think that is just peak Dunning-Kruger. So I am going to be nominating Fred Durst's forgotten and dejected twin, Jason himself.
Fred Durst, if you ordered him from Wish.com.
Yeah. Well, I think that he exemplifies Dunning-Kruger way better than Austin, to be honest.
Oh, them's fighting words. But I commend you. A wise choice. He definitely crosses the threshold to the arrogance threshold.
Yes, absolutely.
The analysis that he does for when you present evidence to him, where he's basically saying, well, if it's not absolutely 100% perfect with zero margin of error, it doesn't count at all. And then you ask him for his evidence, and what's he give you?
He gives you an experiment that doesn't actually exist, that he hasn't done, that would probably wouldn't even work, because firstly, you need a 6-mile long vacuum chamber, and he's going to half fill it with water, and then he's going to, take all the air out of it.
And
which,
and when he takes the air out of it, what's going to happen to the water? He doesn't know. He's unaware that the water will boil.
Yeah.
He wants to put water in it. Why?
So that it will all be level.
Yeah, so you can measure level. So it will be not moving. But if it's boiling,
yeah,
it'll be moving. And then
and the part that will be what do you call it? Gas, will no longer be a vacuum if it's got water vapor in it.
And well, the funny part is, how will you make sure that this 6-mile long pipe is straight, not curved in any way? Do you know what he said?
I think I remember him saying using like a level or something.
Using a water level.
Yeah.
So he's going to use a water level on the outside to make sure the pipe is level, and then test whether or not the water is level on the inside. and he missed the contradiction there.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, Jason just takes everything to a whole new level. Most flat earthers will at least try to present, evidence that they like the black swan and stuff like that. Jason will be like, so here's a specific experiment that we need to do because this is the only valid experiment in the history of experiments.
Yep. And he's like, if NASA, because NASA's the only one that needs to do anything, I guess. If NASA were serious, then they would have done this already. Like, Jason, NASA doesn't care to prove anything to you.
Yeah.
Oh.
NASA's busy taking photos from space, right? They know that the Earth is a globe. They know that. Unless, I don't know, leprechauns have snuck on board their equipment and, that's what's keeping them in the sky and, shooting rainbow data back to the NASA, which makes it look as though Earth is a globe. That could be what's happening, I guess, but, yeah.
Like, Jason was so triggered by bacon. Because Safety K was talking to him and just ate a plate of bacon. Beast Militia.
I also ate bacon.
Beast Militia is saying Tony Naum. Which being since you live in Australia, you basically are neighbors with him.
Oh jeez, that's scary.
Does Tony ring a bell?
I vaguely remember the name. I think it's someone that you've had a debate with.
Twice. Yeah, he's a corporate lawyer, works for a tobacco company, so that's awesome. Sarcasm. And then his big thing is he often talks about gravity and shows how he doesn't understand gravity. But he was on my channel and he didn't understand the rotation of the Earth. And I had him look up and look at the ceiling and tell me which direction did the ceiling appear to be moving, clockwise or counterclockwise. And then look down.
I think I remember that.
And which direction does the floor appear to be moving? But he never would answer that specific question. He would only answer, I'm moving to the left. Or I'm moving counterclockwise or something like that. And no. Which direction does the ceiling or the floor be? He couldn't get it. Jason had the same problem.
Yeah, I think I remember Jason having that problem. It's a problem that Flurfs seem to, not be able to understand.
Yeah. Lead Chemist says Tony Naum is so dumb he can't even spin in a chair. Inquisitor Rurik says, why not Trey? Trey's a good choice. His I'm an engineer, maybe that puts him pretty high on the overconfidence scale. Yeah, Tony Naum and PhD Tony, that was so.
Oh, they had a debate, didn't they? Or
they did. Yeah, they did on here, and he got super angry because both of us were like, well, that's not how refraction works. So Tony, who really didn't have any clear idea about how refraction works, was making claims about how refraction works. So
I think I was in the after show for that or something.
Yeah. Let's see, the plot hole, or who's saying this? Did you see FTFE's debate with the painful truth? He didn't get my line of questioning about his digital camera. I did see most of that. I actually do like research for other stuff too. So I play debates like when I'm working on stuff at double speed or 50% faster. But yeah, Trey was the Cation guy. And he actually came back after that. I did not think he would come back after the Cation thing. Chris Hoffman, Naum was just a Poe playing dumb to gain followers. What? No. he's a lawyer. He actually has, best I can tell, decent income. He shies away from doing things publicly. I definitely didn't get the feeling that he wants to get followers. So,
Oh, by the way, speaking of people pretending to do something to get followers, I am on your channel. I just saw you've changed the title of a stream that you did a while back.
what's that?
It's called "Flat Out Hero Pretends to Ditch Flatness." I do like how you've changed the title of that stream.
Yeah, Flat Out Hero. So Planarwalk and I are in. That's the only way I communicate with him is in a multi-person chat on Hangouts, which is going away. I'm like, dude, you need to move up to something more recent. But and when he had pretended to not be a flat earther anymore, he was having a conversation with us about the same misunderstanding of maps from 3 years ago. And remember I said in there, I said, you're not talking to anybody. This is just you. He's like, oh no, I'm talking to somebody.
Yeah. And it's one of them things where I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, maybe it was one of them things, because I have talked to him before, right? And there's one time when I talked to him where he actually conceded that I was right. And this was about eclipses, right? Because his misunderstanding with eclipses was that if you have a moon and you've got a light source, then he thought that the moon could not cast a shadow that was smaller than itself, that the shadow would always be larger than itself. And I explained how if you had a light source that is bigger than the object that it's casting a shadow on, then the dark part of the completely shadow part of the shadow can be smaller than the object.
Did he actually get that?
He did understand that, and he actually conceded that point to me.
Wow.
And so I was thinking, from that, okay, maybe he might have the capacity to change his mind. However, then he did the $100,000 challenge. I think that went to his head a little bit with the attention that he got with that.
Somebody sent me a screenshot that he was in a live stream somewhere trying to diss some other flat earthers by getting street cred, that he did a $100,000 and $200,000 challenge that nobody answered. He said that last week, a couple days ago.
Okay.
He admitted that Wolfie and myself did his challenge when he was pretending to not be a flat earther anymore.
Yeah.
So he's...
The thing that was a little bit suspicious to me was the apparent challenge that he was doing, like $9 billion challenge or something like that. And then he like took that down and decided, okay, I'm going to be a globe earther now. And it's like suspicious. To me, it was just a bit suspicious how he did that. But I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt at least. You know?
Yeah. I tried, but I never was convinced. But let's see. Fred Knott says, just saw RSBN interview with a Flurf at a Trump rally with Bro Sanchez's 7,000 year crap. Flat Earth Boxer. Yeah, Flat Earth Boxer he's on Twitter, and I've challenged him to come debate, and he's been a little hesitant. Super brave boxer, right?
Absolutely.
Plot holes out of here. See a plot hole. Professor Phil Bell is wondering, what's with Wolfie 3010? It's Wolfie 6020, you know, the guy from Australia. But McFlatty, you know, the flat earther, thought that Planarwalk, because he thought Planarwalk was from Australia, and Planarwalk and Wolfie are both NASA shills, that obviously Planarwalk is Wolfie's son. That was McFlatty's idea, and then named him Wolfie 3010.
Yeah, and Wolfie 6020 has admitted many times, whether it be in comment sections or in Or even in a video, Wolfie admitted that I am his son.
There you go. Proof.
You know,
Better than a DNA test or a paternity test for sure.
Absolutely.
So that's the that's the why. So yeah, Danny Seppings. See,
he's the fraud guy, right?
He's the guy that did many years of fraud. So yes, definitely. I mean, this isn't just Flat Earth. I have it. I'm pretty sure that's Schrodinger's cat will not be nominating a Flat Earther, but instead a Sovsid or First Amendment frauditor.
That makes sense.
So, and we have to unite. We can't let the frauditors win. So, let's see. Got a message here from Danny. Says, not Danny Seppings. Definitely. Says, Danny, if the Earth is flat, how come I am unable to see Hawaii, Japan, or China from the Pacific Ocean with a high-power telescope? Explain that one, Flurfs. What do they say? What do they say to that one?
They say perspective.
Typically for that one, they say it's obscured by the atmosphere. It's too far away.
Yeah.
Which is easy to defeat them on because you can see the stars directly above the horizon. Which is brighter? The city lights of Seoul, Korea, or London, you know, if you're looking off the East Coast, or a star. Well, the city is pretty bright because when you're in a city, you don't see the stars. So yeah. Anyway, somehow you could see the stars, but not the cities. How can you see the stars?
Yeah, especially given the when it comes to light, there's an inverse square law that means that as you get further away from something, it drops in brightness. You know,
Yes. Good job.
I think I was going somewhere with it. I can't remember what.
Beast Militia says, I second Austin Whitsett. He loves to smell his own farts. That's funny. Zoomy says, we're going to mirror your Danny Seppings video if you don't mind. Saturday, the Bunker's going to do a video on Seppings to try to be a tribute to your original video. Oh, that is perfect. I would love that. I'm almost done with an edit of the thing. I got off on some other things. But I'm going to try to have that for next week. So Mr. Gadget says for $2, wow, Flat Earth is still a thing? I'm back. Welcome back, Mr. Gadget. Yes, it's still a thing. And hard, I know it's going to be hard, but they've gotten dumber. They have.
Yeah, the latest argument is about is about what's it called? How the sextant yeah. The next argument is probably going to be something about refraction. I'd guess that'd be my wager.
Yeah. People are saying, what is Grithog is saying we must not leave Donnie Lee out of this process. Donnie has a bit of a lifetime achievement award that he's trying to go for. He constantly attends city hall meetings demanding that they include Flat Earth in school stuff, in the city, like planning things. And I don't know exactly, but like he wants them, the city of Watertown, where he's at, to somehow do something about Flat Earth. So yeah, you've got that. I'm going to try to get him on. He was on where was he? Oh, he was on FDFE yesterday in the comments. I'm like, you got to get something. You got to get some content. So I'm going to try to get him back.
Mm.
Who else are people going to nominate? What do you think?
Oh, there's the obvious contender that FTFE is clearly going to nominate.
Which is?
Anthony Riley.
You think that Riley already won?
Yeah, but this is a different thing, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, I mean, it's a continuation in spirit.
Yeah. So I think that FTFE is probably going to nominate Anthony Riley. That would be my guess. I think.
Go ahead.
I think Anthony Riley has, had his award, doesn't really need a second award.
Yeah, I could see that. I look forward to his nomination. Who was it gonna be? Let's see. Blackburn Big Dragon says, I can't wait for Danny Seppings to write that book about you also, Toon. Maybe he will plagiarize write a book about me. Facty wants to nominate Mitchell from Australia. That, and Philip Kidd says the same. There's a good choice.
So the guy that wrote a book about you, is this book still available? Like if I wanted to illegally download his book that he plagiarized, so I don't have any qualms with getting his book for free.
So if you go to my Discord server and ask, it will probably appear. So he posted on Facebook, did not tag me in the book he wrote about me. He has blocked me on the account that did the posting. So super brave there. And in that post, he said, if you want a free copy, send me an email. I'll give you the PDF. So somebody sent him an email and got a PDF. So there's that. But no, you cannot go to Amazon anymore and load it up on Kindle. Neither can you purchase the paper version, as I did, but it has not yet shipped a week later because Amazon dropped them and the publisher dropped him. That's right. His publisher dropped him for violating their terms and conditions.
Yeah, that's something that you probably shouldn't do.
No.
Or, violating things is bad. Trust me.
So, yeah, anyway, that book is no longer for sale, but yeah, the PDF exists and not hard to find. Just people on my Discord server have it. So, Carlos, let's see, Danny first says for $10. Thank you for that. Says, I call BS on the too far away line because I can see rings on Saturn, the moons of Jupiter, other planets, comets, and asteroids, but Asia and Europe is too far. And then, whoa, hold on. Boahas Muzawatafis. I'm assuming that's Maori and that you will understand that. And then says flirfs equal liars. Is it Maori from Danny?
What's that?
The super chat from Danny, Boehas, Muzawatis, Boas Muzawatis. I don't recognize that.
That's not in Maori.
It's definitely Maori.
Firstly, you're pronouncing Maori wrong.
No, it's Maori. I know because I learned a little bit of Maori, so I'm super knowledgeable in it. Seriously,
yeah.
that is the essence of Dunning-Kruger. I heard kia kaha in a video, so I know 2 words in Maori, which I probably pronounced wrong anyway, right?
Well, kia kaha is
that's the right pronunciation.
Yeah, that's the right pronunciation.
Okay.
Essentially, have you ever heard Japanese?
Never. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
Sorry to burst your bubble. I've never been there.
Yeah.
Therefore, it doesn't exist. Flurf logic.
Yes, that's right. I've never been there either.
So the point is, I heard that one word. So I know as much Maori as any flat earther does know about physics. Probably know more about Maori because I can pronounce it wrong than any flat earther knows about physics. And so for me to think that I would correct you who lives there, and clearly you're not like, that's not your native language, but you're going to know more than I have because you studied it in school.
Yeah, it's mandatory to study it in school.
That's just the government trying to keep you down.
We basically know that there's basically the each vowel has a particular pronunciation, right?
Okay.
So A is R.
Okay.
Right? Always pronounced R. E is E. I is E.
I is E.
Is an E. O
is O U, and U is O.
And
I'm messing you up.
As I said, O is O, and U is U.
Okay.
So it's basically the same pronunciation as Japanese, where you have the A, I, U, E, O.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's spelled Maori?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the right way to say it?
Maori.
Maori.
No.
Do it again.
Maori.
Maori. Yeah, I nailed it. Nailed it. I know I didn't get it right. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. That's that right there, I think, just even intentionally getting it wrong like it did, but flat earthers, that's what they do. All right, well, thank you for that one, Danny.
And also, one of the things about R is that because I had a friend called Ariki, and I was the only person who pronounced his name right, because he said that most people that weren't Māori would pronounce it Ariki, but I pronounced it Ariki.
Okay. That's the right way.
Yeah.
Right.
The R is kind of mixed between D, R, and L. Like kind of like in Japanese.
Which doesn't exist because I've never been there.
Yeah, well, New Zealand doesn't exist because you've never been there either.
That's right. In fact, I don't even know for sure if anything outside of Minneapolis area exists because I'm not there right now.
Yeah. Basically, there's a thing that if you haven't touched it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, you have to, and the only way to measure things is to bring a tape measure there.
Yeah. So you haven't touched me, so I don't exist.
I'm glad that we're settled on that. Carlos Pagan for $2 says sorry is the wrong account. That was Mr. Gadget, right? Greetings, yes, greetings, Carlos. Because he had asked why no wrench. I'm like, Mr. Gadget, I don't know who you are. But then I think Carlos / Mr. Gadget realized that it was on the wrong account. And Carlos is a mod, so there you go. I like this. Mr. QTube, first name Fa, says, I nominate anyone FTFE has recently debated. That one last night. Ooh. With Bro Sanchez.
I've heard his name being brought up a lot.
So we're going to try to get him on the SC Toon Show for a formal debate where he will be tasked with specifically showing evidence for flat Earth, because the SC Toon Show is meant to be a more serious debate platform. We do some fun ones as well. We'll mix in, but flat Earth isn't serious. There's no flat earther that really tries hardly ever. So can he actually do it? And I think he will try. I think he will try, so that'll be good. Bridge to Divide. What's the nomination for? The nomination is for the Top Left competition. I have nominated Austin Whitsitt, and Planarwalk has nominated
by Wishfried Durst,
who also goes by Jason.
Yeah.
So Throw the Dwarf of the House of Torg says, for 5 Australians, says, in the spirit of the person I put Hip Hop Hippie to win, but will be too lazy to try and vote for him. That's exactly it. He's too lazy to try. Did you see that last week?
No, I don't think I did.
So I emailed Hip Hop Hippie like a month ago. I said, if as you claim, the sextant proves that the Earth is flat, then let's do this. Let's have a debate where here's the format. Both people present how a sextant works to get your position on the shape of Earth that you think the Earth is. Then I will provide measurements from a sextant, and you are to find out where on Earth those measurements were taken. He accepted. Multiple times I put the format to him in email. He said, "Coo." That's right. His response to one of the emails was COO. Coo. I'm like, any questions? Coo. No questions. So when he had a chance to describe how sextant works on flat Earth, he read the Wikipedia article. When it was time to take the measurements from a sextant and determine where you are on the surface of the Earth, he said, nah, not going to do it. That's it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Then, as Ranty said, they're not interested, flat earthers are not interested in trying to prove or trying to find evidence for flat Earth because they believe they've already got enough evidence as it is.
Yes.
They're just interested in saying, the globe is wrong. And so that's why they don't do it.
They start with the premise of the false dichotomy that all that they need to do is find some flaw, they think, in the globe. And if they do, then one must conclude. That's it, which is flawed logic. You have to actually show evidence to support the other position. Bridge to Divide, which is J.L. Warren, says he wants to nominate Eric Jewell because he's still blowing me up about that debate. Eric Jewell was on the SC Toon Show and was absolutely horrendous. Would not stop talking. Zumi nominates the plagiarist.
That's fair.
Yeah, but he's entered too recently into it. He's written books on it. He's been on a couple shows. He has a YouTube channel where he has mirrors of a couple radio shows, he calls it, but they're just YouTube channels where he was on. Where he's on with them. Yeah.
I do like what Debate Night said. Flat earthers don't want to be smart. They want everyone else to be as stupid as they are. And I would have to agree with that.
Some think they're smart. Austin Whitsitt says constantly that his IQ towers above everybody else's.
Yeah. Wondering, I like a joke in an H Bomber Guy video where he says, "I've lost enough IQ points to think that IQ is real," and it's like because IQ is one of the things that, even though it's a good predictor of what's it called? It's a good predictor of future success. It's not the end-all be-all to how smart you are. I mean, I don't doubt that there are some flat earthers that have high IQs. It's just that doesn't mean that your reasoning is, solid or anything like that.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I think that there generally are not flat earthers that have high IQs. I think I think Austin did one of those kind of fake tests um on Facebook that basically, unless you're just totally wrong, it it gives you a high number. I have here. I will show. Give me a second. The screenshots from Austin, right there. These are screenshots of things he said on Facebook. He said, "I take cues from no one. I bet my IQ is minimal of 50 points higher than yours. Dot dot. No capital. So if I'm dumb, what's that say about you?" He said, "Believe it or not, pal, dot dot." He doesn't even know how any ellipses work. The fact that you don't like I'm smarter than you doesn't actually make you smarter. You know that, right? So maybe you should leave attacking my intellect out of this, eh?
Wait, is he Canadian now?
Apparently. Yeah, I'm clearly smarter than you. Dot dot. No ellipse. I have over a 150 IQ. What about you? So many claims. So many claims. You people are stupid and I'm not partaking in circular stupidity. Dot dot. If any of you are actually believe the claim your intellect towers mine, then STFU. Dot dot. And jump on my live and debate it. Dot dot. We can do it right now. And the final one, my IQ literally towers yours and you constantly call me stupid. Dot dot. He doesn't know what an ellipse is.
Maybe he just presses the full stop button on the keyboard and it inputs 2 for him.
It's certainly a pattern.
Like a lot of flat earthers, they go to put a comma in and it will add a space before it.
I've never figured out how they do that because when I type, it's never happened to me like accidentally. I can understand it looks to me like something about how you type.
Yeah.
Right. But I've never had that happen to me. So maybe it's how I type. I get two capital letters in a row because I'm holding shift down too long.
I actually got a space comma from Nathan Hokey Cokey Jokeley, right? And this was before space comma was a thing. And the person that read that comment out in one of my videos was actually Conspiracy Cats. So what happened is he didn't actually read out the space comma thing, even though there was a space comma in the comment that he read, because it was before space comma was such a big meme. So he went back and read it a while back, where he's like, space comma.
I love that. I like this. Ace Fox 1 says he nominates Mitchell from Australia specifically for his video, stating, "Here's photographic proof that you can see Polaris from south of the equator when the video is looking south." That one was so when I saw that video, I'm like, wait a second. Let's go find the landmarks. Because he said it was near some volcano. I just looked it up. I'm like, hold on. Bang, bang, bang. He's looking south.
That reminded me of a conversation that I had with FTFE a small while back. I sent him a meme, right? Yeah, I said, I have found people that may be even stupider than Flurfs. You got facepalm protection? And FTFE said, no such thing. No such thing as people that are stupider than Flurfs. And so I sent him, I'll actually send the meme to you on Discord and you can put it on screen.
Oh, you're gonna share it?
I sent the meme to you and on
Oh, okay.
Discord,
All right, I'll grab
so you
it.
can put it on.
Gonna make me work? Ugh. All right, hold on. Poor Sizzle Deft. His power went out. All right, it's coming. Put it there. Put it here.
You know, when you got it up.
Oh dear. Okay, that's okay. Yep.
Christian parents sue government over somebody else's kid wearing a dress to school. A Christian couple are taking legal action against the government because their child was confused about another child wearing a dress.
It doesn't really matter your position on anything. It's somebody else.
Yeah.
It's somebody else.
FTFE's response was, I'm done. I'm done with people now. Goodbye. And I said, this is why aliens won't talk to us. To which he responded, get me off this planet. And I said, good luck when the aliens won't talk to us. And then he said, look, if we can get a few of us together, crack out cold fusion in a decade, I'm sure we could power warp drive or something. And I said, yeah, but the aliens will probably be waiting to destroy anything that makes it out of the solar system.
I mean, the Vulcans won't let us go. Right?
Yeah.
With that kind of stuff, they're going to say, look, I know you developed warp drive, but oopsie, we blew it up.
Yeah, it's one of them things where they've probably just got a containment system around the solar system to prevent anything in the solar system from infecting any other life forms out there, because they're worried that our stupidity might actually be contagious.
All right, Clive Wells is asking a very good question. Why did I not nominate the very, very expert Mark Steele? Mark, in 2020, I pummeled Mark. I absolutely took him apart. I disassembled everything he did. He was left at the end of 2020 with absolutely zero credibility in the 5G claims realm. He moved on to other stuff. Specifically, he's talking about the medicine that helps with that sickness that's going around, claiming that is a something to make permanent sleepy time the entire world. It is truly stupid. But I've not covered him much, and he's been kind of less of an issue because he was dropped from Wake Up UK, the like tiny little channel that was letting him have a weekly show on, after I did that thing where we gave him the fake document that he totally got fooled with. The one that says toward a model for bimodal bistable defense matrices. This I had a mug made of it. This was the title of a paper. Metabistable isn't a word. It's from an old TV show. If he had Googled you read a paper, and if you don't understand one of the words in the title, you might not want to be reading that paper. Anyway.
Like, I know where you got that mug from, by the way, because I have a mug from the same place, and it has it's basically a white mug with putting water from my water bottle into the mug. So there we go. So I've got this mug, and it has the white thing.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they. Yep, I got this one.
And it's my hand on here.
Oh, this is an egg. Yep.
Yeah. It's my egg there too.
I have mugs. I have so many mugs. I have an OSI mug. It's in the counter, in the kitchen. This one's the Riley Nodell effect, synonym for the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yep.
Gary's cute. Gary Wybenga, he says, Mark Beiser, most Globies claim you can't see the Southern Cross from the United States of America. Well, unless you're going to talk about a holding of the United States that's south of the equator, no, you cannot see the Southern Cross from the United States. Not even Hawaii. So
there might be a few places like that are really south that you might be able to see it, because it's not
Hawaii?
It's not like it's
it's not like in the center.
Because the Southern Cross is not like isn't particularly close to the South Celestial Pole, so
yeah,
you would still be able to see some of it from the northern from the parts of the northern hemisphere.
Yeah, maybe Hawaii. I guess you could make a case for Hawaii, but if the Earth were flat, you'd be able to see it everywhere. Plus, it would be moving horizontally, not going around a circle. A second point, but Gary doesn't understand enough about geometry to know that. All right, Hawaii is how far?
Let me see where the
18.8 degrees north. So what's the position of the farthest out star in the Southern Cross?
Let me see. Coordinate. This should probably.
Oh, Mark says the very southern Texas and Florida can see at least part of it.
Okay, here we go. EarthSky.org says at oh no, that's south latitude. Okay, here we go. This will probably give information. It says, however, for much of the northern hemisphere, including most of the United States, the Southern Cross never rises above the horizon. You can see all of the crux from the U.S. state of Hawaii. In the contiguous U.S., you need to be in southern Florida or Texas, about 26 degrees north latitude or farther south.
Okay.
Yeah, and
there it
then
is. A couple people have pasted your thing there. So excellent. All right. So there you go, Gary. We can see it, but why can I not see it in Minnesota? If there's nothing blocking it, nothing between me and the Southern Cross, why can I not see it? And perspective doesn't answer the question. Perspective is just uniform reduction in angular size with increasing distance. Doesn't help you. So you say compression. Well, compression does the opposite. It actually causes, in the atmosphere, causes distant objects to appear slightly higher. So that doesn't help you.
Yeah. And compression basically makes the quieter things louder, and it makes the louder things quieter.
That's audio compression.
Yeah, it's not like they're going to know that though, because they're very, very expert.
Yeah. Well, I guess Gary, you could show the geometry. Oh, never mind. You can't do geometry. I was kidding. But Gary, if what you're trying to do is secure your nomination, your commitment level is definitely there. I don't know if you're arrogant enough, so that might be a challenge for you, Gary. But but I mean, maybe you could petition some people to nominate you.
Oh, and by the way, there is something that I want to do, which Gary would be a perfect candidate for this. I'll probably reach out to you at some time about this, MC Toon. I want to do like a small study. I'm not going to tell you what the study is on, but you will have to take a test.
Oh. Look, the only test I ever took that I got an A+ at was a blood test. You see what you Never mind. If I have to explain it, it wasn't funny.
I do get it. I was going to say, so it wasn't an STI test?
Never taken one of those. Never needed to, fortunately.
That's good.
Humphrey Pushcart says, yep, the Southern Cross is visible from Key West, or maybe I smoked too much pot as a youth. Oh, so, and then somebody says, has anyone nominated I used to, the Cows, Bonacci, Santos, I used to, yeah. No, well, this is the very first on nomination talk. So people have until the 15th of February to convince the people that will be in the nomination stream to nominate your favorites. So the nomination stream, people, it will be creators and people that have been around for a long time. If you really want to, contact myself or FTFE, and we can bring you in for the live nomination. But speaking of Santos,
you flat earthers are demented.
Yeah, he's right sometimes.
I mean, I think I'm stupid.
Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, a broken clock is right twice a day.
True.
I'm a fucking dickhead, retarded idiot.
He's honest with himself, though. I like that.
This morning, I went to the toilet.
Santos's astrology and syncretism is from the devil.
You see, like you said, yeah, he's right every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm masturbating.
Ooh. Didn't want to hear that, Santos.
Just do that off camera, Santos.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this one. I like.
You call me elf again, you're gonna see. You're gonna see what's gonna happen to you.
It was when FTFE was talking to him. He kept calling Santos's helper Elf. and Elf got so mad.
You know, I want to be a urinator.
It was straight out of the movie Elf, where the midget was in there, or little person was in there, and Buddy kept calling him an elf. It was straight out of that. Oh, I love that. There's this one.
I'm a stupid flat earther, right? And I'm just a loser.
See, even Austin votes for himself.
I mean, yeah, but how much is his vote worth?
Nothing. Oh, Round Thinker. Muriel votes for nominates Nir Shoshani. There you go.
Something I'm going to say, but I forgot it.
Oh, Mark or Gary Wybenga. This doesn't help your case. He says, I think I saw from balloon at 120,000 feet launched near my hometown. It had cameras that were catching the stars on film. I saw a pattern whenever it swung around facing south. So yeah, higher elevation on a globe would let you see farther south, like that. Perfect globe evidence. Good job, Gary.
Like, I do want to say, Gary, if you can reach, either through email or, and I'll actually have to reach out to Effed Up World as well, to do this thing. It's and I'll Effed Up World. I haven't forgotten about the debate. I've just been busy, and it'll probably be next month that I'll get back to you about that. That's something we could do on the SC Toon show.
What? Oh,
debate between myself and Effed Up World.
You and Effed Up World. Well, Effed Up World, Joe Hill. Joe, are you in for a formal debate where you present evidence? You make a claim and then present evidence? If you are, then the SC Toon show could be a good spot for you. But Joe, I keep sending you messages on Facebook and you don't answer me. Come on. You keep forgetting your buddy in Minneapolis here.
Also, you did inspire me to potentially make a video series. So have you heard of PragerU?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, your stream is buffering.
I see that. Why is it buffering? It's gone red. It's gone into the red. Well, don't talk about anything. Don't talk about anything important. I will check to see. Let's see. There's not much. Okay. There's not much I can do. We're back now. Because I turn off, because I use Dropbox. And if I leave Dropbox on, it syncs things, which is no good. But I turn it off. I actually quit Dropbox. So that wasn't it. But we're back. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So pray to you. So you know how it's not an actual accredited university, and they have short 5 minutes videos that basically help you become an expert on something.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to take that kind of format, however, being satirical about it, and basically it'll be DKU, and it'll be 5 minutes will make you an expert. Will be like, and essentially it'll be like, I'll need to get a green screen for it. If I don't have a green screen, then I can't start the series. But it's a series idea. I have little animations there, and it'll be like, so the Earth is flat and all that because this, that, and the next thing. Basically, it'll be a joke. But yeah.
Oh, I'm going on vacation. Gonna go to Pensacola. You know what's in Pensacola?
Coca-Cola?
Kent Hovind's former dinosaur land that was seized because he did fraudulent tax stuff. I looked up where it is. And if we're not in Pensacola for very long. If we have time and like an open afternoon, we might go drive by and see if we can, because it's, as far as I can tell, like the gate is still there and like the area. Go see if I can poke around maybe. That would be a fun. I could just live stream that. Oh, it's buffering again.
Yeah, it is annoying how it does that.
Yeah, it's probably my the network for some reason here.
It's the NASA downloading the new firmware update.
Ah, yes, that's always a big firmware update.
Yeah.
So, well, let's see here. That's gone.
It's got to load all the locations of the weather balloons into your computer.
Think how complicated and challenging it would be. Because the documentation for GPS is publicly available. Yeah. Anybody can get it. Anybody can build their own receiver. Anybody can write their own software. And people write their own software all the time for it because there's lots of companies that sell GPS hardware that write their own software for it. So in order for it to actually work for Flat Earth, all of the information that they've published has to be wrong. It cannot be right because it completely presumes the Earth to be a sphere, presumes that the satellites are orbiting, presumes that they're at a certain distance. It even includes correction for refraction if the satellite's low on the horizon. That the client must do. All of those things are in there. So that's publicly available. So if anybody were to ever go implement it, they would, if the Earth were flat, they would find out that it didn't work. So whoever is at every single company that implements GPS, they actually have to have that person be in on it, or that team of software developers be in on it, because the data that they're going to receive is going to be wrong. So they have to actually implement the correct implementation of it according to flat earthers. It wouldn't work.
So if flat earthers want to what's the thing? Say, let's say that flat earthers want to, put their life where their money, where their mouth is, right?
Yeah.
What they could do is they could say, okay, they're probably going to come get me soon because I am working on GPS, right?
Yeah.
and they're going to prove that GPS is wrong by reading all the documentation and seeing if it works. Because what would happen is when you get close to it, they'll obviously come and get you and tell,
or somehow bring you into the conspiracy. Or maybe this is more complicated, but maybe there is a layer between what the programmer's data receives that's from the satellites, and there's something that gets inserted into the process by unbeknownst to the engineers making the product, that takes the non-satellite based location data and feeds it into pretend satellite location data.
Yeah.
Somehow.
It's the 5G that does that.
It must be. So yeah, let's see. David Brock says, don't forget about relativistic corrections. Correct me if I could be wrong. Aren't the relativistic corrections in the satellites, not in the receivers? I could be wrong on that, but I thought it was the satellites that adjusted their clocks for that, not that the receivers did. Mute donkey. I was just typing that. And then Manuel Bratset says, I have 2 GPS receivers. They both tell me what satellites are above the horizon. Yes, and that's the thing that's going to be really difficult to... How would that be faked? Because you can get a directional antenna, right? You could say, all right, well, there's a satellite that's supposed to be there. You can point a directional antenna at it and see if you still get that data, and point it away from that and see if you stop getting that data. And that would tell you that that signal's coming from that direction. So if it's coming from a tower on the ground, it wouldn't work.
GPS satellites, they aren't geostationary, are they?
No, GPS are in not geosynchronous. Because if they were in geosynchronous, they would just be above the equator. That would be much more difficult to get their position from. So, all right, Professor Phil Bell says, yes, MC2, the satellites get corrected. But David Brock says, for GPS, the satellites are corrected, but not for Galileo or GLONASS. So that I don't know about. And it's, there's more than just GPS. The actual high resolution stuff is I think called GNSS, and David Brock, being a surveyor, knows that pretty well. So, and I think it's quite a bit more precise than GPS. So, and yeah, Professor Phil Bell says that his wife, Mrs. B, thinks that we've all lost our minds arguing with stupid people and trolls. The thing is, in 2015, nobody was out there hardly arguing with them, and it just grew unfettered, and it fooled a whole bunch of people and did a lot of damage to people's brains.
And I think
the conspiracy, like, what harm does conspiracy theories do? Well, yesterday somebody in Gateshead burned down a 5G tower. So what harm does it do? Well, that was financial harm to the company that owns it, or to the insurance company that had to pay for the damages. So money was lost because of it. Fortunately, that tower did not fall down or cause any additional fires. But if it did, that's harm. It was near properties. It was near trees. It could have started those things on fire. What harm do conspiracy theories do? That's the harm. Flat Earth, does it do that? I haven't seen that level from flat earthers, but I think it really damages people's ability to think critically, because you have to stop thinking critically to think the earth is flat, right? We say, well, here's a measurement of the earth rotating. Oh, well, I'm going to ignore that actual real evidence, and I'm going to substitute in my, I don't think it's moving, and so I don't see it moving. Therefore, that's the reality instead of the actual measurement. It damages their ability to think.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to a lot of conspiracy theories, they don't rely on, or essentially what it relies on is it relies on people accepting something. It'll be probably a very niche bit of information, or might even fly under the radar, and accepting that as truth when it's not actually true. So for flat Earth, it might be that you can't trust the government, right? And that's one thing that if you accept that, it becomes a lot easier for you to accept that. And it goes for a lot of other conspiracy theories as well. It's generally the government that you can't trust, or, big pharma, or whatever the conspiracy relates around. So if it's 9/11, for example, it's the government. You can't trust the government, and it requires you to accept that first. And it's like, okay, even if you accept that,
which is a fine thing to, right? Just blanket, do you trust the government? No, nobody should. But that doesn't mean that gives any credibility to your conspiracy theory.
Yeah. And then there's like little other bits as well, like little other bits of information that you got to accept. And so for flat Earth, one of the big things is you got to accept that your senses are the best thing to determine what is reality. If you don't accept that premise, you cannot be a flat earther.
In general, I think it's hard to, because they're a crazy diverse group, right? That they don't have a consistent model. They don't have a consistent idea of what the Earth is. None of it is consistent. The only thing that unites them is, I don't think it's a globe. That's the only thing that unites them, because if you've seen it, probably they say, I don't know what the shape the Earth is, but I know it's not a globe. They say that all the time. I see that on Facebook all the time. Like, no, that's not actual logical thinking. And here, all right.
No, it's not.
And as much as I like Joe Hill, when I said it fooled a bunch of people, here's his response to that. He says, it didn't fool a bunch of people. It is a change of belief. I believe some things that I did not believe before. That is exactly the harm that it did to you, Joe, and you don't realize it. The shape of the Earth isn't a belief. It's not up to being believed or not. You just go measure it. You use rational, logical thoughts. You use tools that are designed to measure things, and you measure it. As a carpenter, Joe, you would never get through a day without a tape measure. You wouldn't just trust your senses to make sure that that board is long enough. You use a tape measure. You don't believe that that board is a 2x4. You look at it, you say, yep, that's a 2x4. It's not a belief. It's a fact. That board's a 2x4.
Yeah.
You know what a 2x4 is?
Yeah, it's a bit of wood.
What are the dimensions?
Obviously it's 2 sheep by 4 feet. 2 sheep by 4 sheep.
Two sheep lengths by 4 sheep lengths?
Yeah.
That's better than I was expecting. What would you think based on the name 2x4 that are the dimensions of it?
Well, 2 of one unit by 4 of another unit. I don't know.
That would be a logical conclusion to it, but it's actually 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Makes sense, right?
Yes, perfect sense.
Perfect sense. So then when I say a 2x6 is 1.5 by 5.5, you're like, oh, okay, I guess I see a pattern. Until I say, well, what's the size of a 2x12? You might be tempted to say it's 11.5, but you'd be wrong. It's less than 11. Like, they get more stingy. Once you get up to like a 2x16, it's only 15 inches or something like that. I don't know the exact.
Yeah, that's not.
They
Can we
used
just switch to sheep units.
Yeah, sheep units is better. It's going to take over the world.
Yeah. I mean, we already use sheep units, and like here's the thing.
Oh no, I want to go back to this on Effed Up World. He says, so is it a conspiracy theory that we all observe a stationary Earth our whole lives? It is not a conspiracy theory. It is an incorrect. It is not reality. That's it. Just because you observe something with your eyes, with your senses, doesn't mean that's how it is. Any airplane pilot will tell you that, because when you're banking and you can't see out the window, you cannot trust your senses. Because when you're banking and you can't see out the window, you don't know which way down is anymore. You have to trust your instruments. You have to trust the measurement.
Yeah.
Your senses are not good enough.
Another good example is when you put on those glasses that, you know, I can't remember the name of the glasses. It's all goggles, these particular goggles that you put on. And they make everything look weird and you can't quite work out where things are.
Yeah.
And they usually get you to do some kind of obstacle course and you're likely to trip over. You know what the goggles I'm talking about are?
It does. It sounds familiar, but no, I can't be.
Okay. Or another example would be like if you take LSD. The things that you see when you take LSD aren't reality.
Yeah.
I think it's beer goggles. So also when you're drunk, not everything that you see when you're drunk is reality. If you see a pink elephant when you're drunk, either you've gotten drunk in the zoo, in which case you should be banned from the zoo, or
Are you speaking from experience?
Well, nobody remembers it.
Never mind. Never mind. I'm sure the statute of limitations is passed.
The Men in Black came along too.
Oh, they're good for that.
Yeah.
So, and back to this, Effed Up World. Joe Hill says it's more about believing in space. No, it's not a belief. It is a trick from the devil, all of space exploration. Again, see, and what Joe, what you're doing is you're supporting my point. Then he goes on again to say it's a belief that water has curvature at its surface, but I don't believe that. No, it's a measurement that water has curvature on its surface. You just go measure it. It's been measured, Joe.
Apparently, I haven't. Apparently, it's obvious that I haven't studied spirit science.
Oh, that.
Yeah, a couple times I have studied spirit science, but by the end of it, I usually wake up. I usually wake up somewhere and without any clothes on. That's usually what happens when I study spirit science. So
yeah, don't do that. Danny says, I believe I am a goddess and all flirfs owe me $1 million. And I believe all flirfs need to retake 4th through 7th grade over. I have spoken. Danny, you can't argue with that. I mean, Inquisitor Rurik says it's like smoking DMT. Okay. Spirit science, not even once. Yeah, I've tried. I can't. Every once in a while I see, I think I'm subscribed. I subscribe to, you would not want to see my subscriber list. Just so much woo and nonsense. Actually, since I've solved that, I have something else that tracks the things I'm interested in other than just my YouTube subscriptions. So I don't get so much of that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've taken to creating a second account, which I've, subscribed to people with like Mitchell from Australia, Ken Wheeler, all those people, all the people that I want to debunk, subscribe to their channels. Nathan Oakley is coming up, and I've been waiting for it to sort of because that's what I'll do is I'll often go there, watch a video from them. I'm waiting for it to just completely be woo, but yeah, it's something that it's quite a bit of. I did have what's it called? Dearth shop once, and it was the next level trailer.
Oh yeah. Oh jeez, that's gonna be good. More nonsense. Professor Dave did a really good thing on quantum nonsense several months ago. That was a series. It was really good. Really good.
I like this thing on water, where
the
'cause it
woo
is-
water stuff. Yeah.
yeah, because a lot of people do use. Like I've heard the whole I'm trying to remember exactly how it goes. It's they froze water, and when they said nice things to it, it froze in a particular way, and when they said bad things to it, it froze in an ugly way. And it's like,
As if that somehow has meaning.
yeah,
First.
they often do it. They often say things about this. Bad words have an impact. When you play, or like an example is when you play nice country music to your plants, it will grow nice. And then when you play heavy metal, it will.
Hold on a second. I need to back you up there. There was a couple words you said after nice. Could you repeat them?
Country music.
Yeah, there's no such thing. Clearly, if you were to play country music, then froze water, they would be in the shape of demons. Let's just settle that.
Well,
right
this
now.
is when you play it to plants. It's like when you play certain types of music, the music that the plants like. Apparently, the plants will grow quicker and nicer. And when you play heavy metal, because heavy metal is clearly satanic.
What? Come on. Only Fintroll is in that category.
I mean.
So hold on a second. I don't want to upset my Finnish friends. I love Fintroll. They're awesome.
I was going to say, to be fair, I suppose Limp Bizkit, I think it is, the band that Fred Durst is from.
I would not put them into the metal category. What are you talking about?
That's to be fair. Oh, Zumi said, but Mythbusters proved that wrong. The ones played with heavy metal grew better. Oh, so heavy metal, play heavy metal and you'll help your plants grow.
Proven by science.
Yeah. To be fair, there is one thing that heavy metal is bad for, I will admit. And that
this is going to be a high bar. Oh, yeah. Yes, bad for your speakers. I'll give you that. Yes.
Yeah. Because of the amount of distortion that they put on the guitars and all that. That's not particularly a good thing for your speakers, but,
See, now Microraptor says in MC Toon's Bible, the first commandment says, "Thou shalt not listen to country music, for it is evil to my ears." I don't recall that being in any Bible, but I could be swayed.
There is one artist that I listen to, and let's see what they're listed as. What their genre is listed as, because at one point I searched it up and it was listed as country.
Oh,
all right. So they're listed as genres: folk, pop, jazz, rock and roll, avant pop. Okay, no longer listed as country.
Okay, all right. Oh, Roundpigger comes in with Encepherium. Yes. I haven't listened to that for a while.
I did actually, when I first heard of this artist, I thought they were punk jazz. Like, that's what I described them as.
All right. when am I going to invite people on? That's a good question. How about right now? Since we got talking about country,
Let's
it's
do
time to
it.
stop talking about country music and instead talk about something importanter than country music, which is literally everything else in the world. So, all right. I will grab the Zoom link and I'm going to pop it in to, I'm rearranging stuff so we can see. All right. There you go. I'm going to put it on my Discord server. Let's not have too many people. Tell you what, we'll have 3. And then if a 4th comes on, Planarwalk, you get to stay, but the previous has to go. So how about that? I'm not using Discord right now, so I'm not going to switch to Discord. So there we go. There it is. It's in the Discord server. I didn't see anybody on. Yeah, nobody on Facebook said anything.
Microraptor, this time I was invited. Like, thank you for MC Toon for actually finally inviting me to one of these things rather than me just.
Let's see. All right, who's coming? Who's coming in here?
Zoomy just joined.
We've got Chrismer.
Hey.
Hello. All right, I'm gonna do. What do I need? Hide non-video participants. Oh, there you go, Chrismer.
Let me know.
Yeah, we see you.
Yeah. You might want to just change your name there on the Zoom.
Yeah, I forgot to change my name.
For a second, it didn't look like you were sitting on the bed.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
Your keyboard and mouse pad are floating. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's all new NASA technology that we have at the bunker. It's a light ray keyboard.
Tiny Captain sent me a link to a band that's the guitarist is a friend. Hey, send it to me on the Discord or I'll lose it.
By the way, Zoomy, you might want to switch around your.
Yeah, I see that.
It's left to right.
Yeah,
I hate it does that. I hate that it does that. It flips everything, and I have to use Streamlabs to correct that.
I for a second I thought it was just me being in New Zealand, but then I remember that's up and down, not left and right.
That's up and down, not left and right.
Effed up world. If anybody here has observed the Earth rotate, share with the class and tell us all about your observation. That's not how science works, so you know. But if you want that, there have been several people that have seen the Earth rotate with their very own eyes. So if that's your standard of evidence, that a human has to see it, which is a ridiculous standard of evidence, then it's been done. So we got you covered there. All right. So who asked me and all right. If you need and you're not on Discord, send me a message somewhere else. Maybe I'll check my email. Nope. And weird, nothing from Gregory.
Who's Greg?
I got the plagiarist. He sent me an email earlier today. He's like, I bet you won't show this. It was his defense of his nonsense, right? But nope. I'm only here to enjoy that the plagiarist got dropped by his publisher.
Yep, I would enjoy that too.
And also, NC2, I have to say, some country music is good, but only the older stuff.
Yeah, Johnny Cash. I'll grant
Johnny
you
Cash,
that.
yeah.
And Charlie Daniels.
The Highwaymen.
I don't know them.
Chris Christopherson, Johnny Cash, what's his name?
I'm not going to have any more than the couple I named. I really don't listen to that. So, But I do like what Fumduckery said. Country music has made a grand total of $247,322 over the last 15 years, so it can't be all that bad.
Some country music is fine. I can't stand the stadium stuff though. That's just
I didn't Bo Burnham make a song about that?
yes. Bo Burnham's awesome. I love Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
I like so Effed Up World is still going with his have you observed rotation. Mark Beiser, I've observed the apparent rotation of stars around both celestial poles myself. While that does not prove which is moving, don't like the word prove there, but I'll give it to you, Mark. We know what you mean provide lots of evidence for. It does render flat Earth geometrically impossible shape for the Earth. Very true.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'd like to make a nomination also. I'd like to nominate myself for middle bottom because I don't know anything.
And of course, the Dunning-Kruger chart draws a line that only some people take. Other people have an appropriate view of themselves, right? They start reading about something, they start learning about some topic. They're like, oh, I don't know much. But it sure is cool to learn.
Well, see, that's the reason we started the bunker to begin with, because it's just a bunch of people with no accreditation, no specialization. We're in that low level of Dunning-Kruger that like we know that we don't know much about it, but yet we can still debunk the flat Earth.
The thing is, I do like your I don't know whether this was intentional or not, but I do like the innuendo that you said with middle bottom.
I got that too.
You got that? I'm glad you got that.
Yeah. I do appreciate the double entendres.
Yeah.
I'm a middle bottom kind of girl. I mean,
Don't push the double entendres.
I made Toon blush. Oh.
Oh, we've got Bob the science guy just showed up. So speaking of Bob the science guy, I was just talking to him earlier today. FTFE and I are formalizing a $10,000 challenge to use a sextant to determine your location using only the shape of the Earth that you think the Earth is.
Oh God.
And Bob was apparently on Oakley's show today, I think, giving him that very challenge, and they somehow were unable.
I wonder why.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and so if anybody is and David Brock was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still kicking around, but he's gonna participate. What we need is several different people in different spots to do measurements using a sextant or David has a theodolite to stars to get the angles. Recording it near a landmark of some sort so that we can see, you can confirm, anybody can confirm, but record the whole video near that landmark, providing the star angles, and then what we'll do is we will present just the measurements, the raw measurements and nothing else in the challenge. And then it's their opportunity to tell us where on Earth it is, using only the geometry for their Earth shape, and then explain it, right? They can't just come up with an answer. They have to show how it works, how they got there. And we need a few of them because we want new ones. So we will publish one and somebody maybe will try. And then after a time, if they try and then we reveal where that actually is, well, then we need to provide another measurement. So that's why we need a couple different ones. So Yeah, Adam Meekin tried it and was 2,700 miles off. Oopsie. I guess Flat Earth didn't work for sextants. I guess the sextant does not work on Flat Earth at all. Somehow,
At all. Yeah.
using only globe geometry, FTFE was able to get the position relatively close. How was that?
I loved Bumpy Earth's Hip Hop Hippies. Whatever the heck he's going by now, his whole rage quit essentially on that.
But MC
Like,
Tone,
I'm not
how
even
can,
gonna prove it. Sorry.
MC Tone, how can FTFE have gotten it close if he didn't have a curved adjacent?
They never get that right. Bob, if you want to come in, you're welcome to. I'll send you the link just in case.
I have something to say to Effed Up World. It's fine to open your mind, but not so much that your brains start leaking out. And that's the problem Flat Earthers have. Their brains have just leaked completely out of their brains and their head, and yeah.
Yeah, I pretended to be a flat earther once, but then I started getting a larger than usual amount of earwax, so I thought that was probably a bad thing.
Yeah,
While you were doing that, did you make a candle?
No.
Okay. All right. All right.
No brain candles.
I have. So my wife's like, "Hey, you should put videos on Instagram and on all these other alternate video platforms." I have a bunch, right? I have a account on Rumble and on you name it. I have it, all of them. And she's like, "You got to do TikTok, you got to do Snapchat, you got to." So I have a TikTok account. I go on TikTok, and what do I get? I get 3 types of videos. That's it. You want to guess? Your first guess is wrong.
Working?
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
My the thing that I usually get is videos about ADHD.
I get videos on earwax removal.
Okay.
Yep.
Does any of them involve candles?
And no, an actual like real doctor
okay.
with
okay.
the scope thing that they jam in your ear, and then either the vacuum tube dealie or the hook that they put in. Yep, just that, and I'm like, oh, I'm watching this. Yep. Oh, that's a big old chunk of earwax. Wow, that is an inch long hunk of wax he just pulled out. All right, let me see the other videos he did. What am I doing here? That's number 1. Number 2 would be the pimple popping ones.
No.
Especially the giant ones, where they squirt everywhere. Oh my gosh. But you can't look away. You see those, you're like, I'm here. I'm going to watch it all. And then TikTok's like, he watched all of it. Let's send him more. And you can't not watch them. That's it. I
cannot watch them.
You're
I
there.
cannot watch
That's
them.
it. You're there for the rest of the time, the rest of the video. And then it's optional whether or not you go to that same guy and watch other videos at the same time. Anyway.
Yeah. It seems like TikTok has you pegged and what you enjoy there.
Yep. And number 3, a guy eating the spiciest foods that there are. Craving capsaicin. I see all of his videos. It probably is because I subscribed to him, and I even subscribed to him on YouTube. I sent him a message on Facebook saying, "I want you to come on."
I'm so bad with spice that mayonnaise is too spicy for me.
All right.
It is a spicy word, though.
What's this?
So,
Carolina Reaper?
Here, yeah, it's a sauce. It doesn't say what the Scoville rating is on it, but it's, I mean, as you can see by how much I've already had.
Yep.
I'm good with spicy.
Yeah, you've had that for 7 years. You're doing pretty good.
I actually got this around Christmas time. But like, I can if I just like put a little bit on my there's some on the room stuff. I need more than that. Come on. So yeah.
Oh no, sweetie.
All right.
No.
My mouth is watering.
A real man would chug it from the bottom.
There you go.
I'm not quite as brave as Aaron Ra.
Hello, Bob.
Hey guys,
Besides, I want to
Hey,
use it in
Bob.
cooking.
how y'all doing tonight?
Hey, first best Bob.
I am super.
It's not spicy enough. I need more.
Come on,
Chug it,
Just-
chug
just-
it, chug it, chug it.
Chug it, chug it,
Bottom up.
chug it.
No, I'm not. I'm not chugging the entire thing because I use it in cooking. You see,
Nah.
Mate.
There's more. They make more.
Yeah, you can always go to the store and buy more.
So Bob, was it yesterday or today that you were on Oakley?
Well, technically it was yesterday because it's 1:00 in the morning here. But yeah, I actually just got done going over to this little server there and teaching them a little bit about the astrolabe. Had a little fun with that.
On their Discord server?
Yeah, I was over in the chill lounge.
Okay.
But yeah, it was kind of fun. I just kind of basically gave them that problem you gave me that I managed to hit. I think when I did it with you, I got it within about 15 miles. Tonight, I got it within about 10.
Wow.
But yeah, Adam Meekin's
Nice.
their resident sextant expert with the 9 books that he's ordered. Couldn't get. He thought it was off the coast of Mexico.
Wait, he's ordered 9 books,
Yeah,
but they're all
Yes.
assuming the globe. How is he going to use them?
selective reading, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Contact
Very
checking?
selective reading.
But that won't get correct answers.
No, it won't.
When does
I'm
the
just
flat
glad
Earth,
he's not my navigator, man. That's all I can tell you.
when does
Yeah.
flat Earth ever get correct answers except for when they're mistaken?
They never do. Nobody's ever even actually attempted my gravity challenge.
Yeah. Well, that's because there are no PhD scientists that agree with the flat Earth.
Well, there may be some PhDs, but not in a hard science.
Not masters at least.
There
They're
are
theater
some
and
with
communication majors.
that. There you go.
There you go. Like J.M. Truth.
Philosophy. You'll probably find with some with a Masters of Divinity.
Or master of
Marketing.
pamphlet writing.
Adam or Kyle Adams with
Oh.
his science degree in art.
Hold on, let me. Right, I've got a
That's the
thing
creative
here which
art
can
science.
tell you like certain degrees that or not sure if whether to call them degrees, but we've got hold on.
Quote unquote degrees.
Yeah, we've got and this is not why do websites horrible? We've got we've got Barnabas Nagy, who is alternative history decoder.
Oh my gosh.
What? Alternative history. That sounds like something. Never mind.
Christopher Campbell, esoteric science practitioner. We've got Crystal Cavalier, astrologer and sound oracle.
Oracle now, huh?
And David Weiss is a stationary geocentrist. Dana Mohajiri is a yoga and breath worker.
These are self-declared.
Well, this is I'm just getting this from the Syncretism Society.
Oh
their site.
yes.
It has Ken Wheeler listed as the world's leading magnetrician.
Magnetrician.
That sounds doctory. Bob, is that an official doctor? Did you have that? Was that a choice when you went to medical school?
Yeah. Yeah, I did have one buddy of mine that went into crystals. He was a little strange. He was a little strange.
Micah Denk is an astrotheologist.
A little? Astrotheologist. That's.
We've got someone here listed as a medical astrologer.
What? How is that related?
How does that work? How does that work?
Hold on. This is from Santos Bonacci, who says,
I mean, I think I'm stupid.
there you go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Astrobiology. My brain hurts trying to combine.
Here,
the
let me
two.
do an astro scan on you.
Yeah. I don't want an astro scan with that thing. Please, no.
Oh please! Oh please! I would love an astro
No,
scan with
stop.
that.
Double entendre, not just blatant, please.
Here's something interesting. This Micah Sky person is a healer and yogi.
Oh.
So I wonder if that has anything to do with Yogi Bear.
Is he a bear?
Yogi Bear? Does he have an affinity for picnic baskets?
Hey, boo boo.
Right here. Yogi Bear.
Oh, nice.
You know, funny story. I was actually going to make a D&D character called Yogi Bear. Basically, he was going to be a monk bugbear character, but I never actually got to play him.
So I've got a question for Bob. When did you get this book?
I got that book probably 2 months ago.
That's about when I got it.
Great book, isn't it?
It is. It's
that
fantastic.
is a great book, isn't it?
The list that you give all the time, I have bookmarked right here. I think it's
nice. So
the five tropes of science denial.
Yeah, cherry picking evidence, belief in conspiracy theories, reliance on fake experts and the denigration of real ones, committing logical errors and setting impossible expectations for what science can achieve. I heard you say those things in a video. I'm like, oh, you got the book.
Yeah.
And I attributed it too. I did attribute it, but that really is right along what I've thought for years.
Yeah, it's good to have it.
Really was a cogent way of putting it all together. He really did a nice job.
I do have a question for Bob. Does it still show a 15 degree per hour drift?
Well, it's actually, isn't it a 14.9 degree? But still.
I think it's a little more than 15, right?
Well, it slows down a little bit when it gets cold. You know, Mike and I live in the Great White North, and it gets cold out here, and things just kind of slow down real quick as we approach 0 degree Kelvin.
Yeah, which apparently is happening tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, they should just put quantum computers where you are. They need very cold conditions.
Yeah, but they can only keep it here half the year because the other half of the year it's kill you hot.
Hades.
Yeah.
No, we hit 100 every year here. For a few
You know
days.
where you get a hell of a temperature swing? It's the last place that you would think. It goes from 60 to below to 95 above, and that's Fairbanks, Alaska.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
MC Tone.
Yes.
Can you please translate to bar?
I don't speak Bob.
No, it's a unit of temperature. It's a unit of temperature.
It goes from 45 below to 50 above.
No. Ba is the sheep unit for temperature.
Yeah.
The Scottish sheep units. I forgot that I put that on there.
Zero is so 0 bar is negative 50 negative 0.57 degrees Celsius, or negative 0.57 degrees Celsius, and the 100 is 39 degrees Celsius.
Actually,
And-
wait, I'm sorry. I have to correct you there. Ba is a unit of pressure.
No, that's bar.
Only in Boston.
All right. Okay, so it's not sheep units.
So when I say bar, I mean BAA.
So you mean let's go to the bar?
You're confusing everybody there.
Are you shearing? Get your own sheep.
All right, I'll put this up on screen for everybody to see because I don't know what you're talking about. With this
But basically,
stuff.
zero is the point at which sheep milk freezes, and 100 is the average body temperature of a sheep.
Oh,
okay.
very
Which
nice.
is
Well,
39 degrees.
well, see,
That makes more sense.
I have pressure as 1 ba is kudam over sheep area.
Okay.
Okay.
So a kudam is hold on, I gotta find it because it's weight. Yeah, kudam is the weight of oldie Sayich McCorit's prize-winning ram Yoan the day it turned 27 years oldie in 1634, which is 331 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
mctoon.net/sheep. It's all documented there. And so
So
then
under that, you could probably put the bar as in the sheep units. Like,
Has your sheep units been peer reviewed?
yes, obviously.
I mean, obviously.
By all the sheep here.
yes.
We've got heaps of sheep to peer
Well,
review things.
the Interscot standardization meetings cover that, so it's all
Oh,
good.
okay. That's good.
Yeah, like so. All right. I don't know. You know about sheep Planarwalk being down from where you're at, much more than
Yeah.
Then wouldn't the Irish measure everything in potatoes? Technically?
potatoes and snakes.
Potatoes and snakes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
it,
I
Whereas
St.
the
Patrick.
Russians measure everything in vodka, so
Yeah. The Welsh also
Vodka
use
is Russian for water.
the Welsh also use sheep units.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
But
New
it's
Zealanders are
it's different.
too busy playing with the sheeps to use them to measure.
I mean, that's what the Welsh do as well.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, yeah.
I mean, we're both known for that.
Yes.
Just depends who you ask. Like the Australians will say New Zealand, like, and then the English will say Welsh. You know, I think.
Matt Klein. Didn't SpaceX's rocket just reach 285 ba in their rocket nozzle? Professor Phil Bell. Please tell our doctor he lives rent-free in the minds of a lot of QE and Oakley cultists. You do get them worked up, man. They cannot stop thinking about you.
I'm there to haunt their dreams. You know, I'm really a nice guy. I truly am. I mean, Mike knows me. I'm a decent guy. But I have like zero tolerance for true stupidity, for willful stupidity. And I really have to stop the 12-year-old from coming out every now and then.
When I was shocked PJCnet had why would he talk to you in that
You know, I told him in advance. I said, look, we can do this one of two ways. You ever hear of Nathan Bedford Forrester? All right. Basically, he would say, look, surrender will treat you as prisoners. Make us storm your works. We're going to kill every one of you. And he was pretty successful. But I told him, look, I'll make a deal with you. You can either sit down and you can ask me some questions and I'll answer them for you and help you out so you understand this better, or you can debate me and I will gut you like a deer. Your choice.
Which you did.
I was nice about it though, because he wasn't all that bad.
Yeah, you were
And
nice.
I was impressed that he actually made an effort to prepare. Poorly, but he made an effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see me in that part, then there goes the sheep again. Please, hashtag protect the sheep.
So the guy
The sheep.
Sizzle Deft, he goes by SOM now, he's gonna be on 6 p.m. Central Time, but he couldn't, he has no electricity where he lives, so he had to postpone. So I messaged PJ CNET who said he was too tired and didn't have anything prepared. Like, dude, you talked to Dr. Bob about a medical topic. That was suicide.
Yeah.
You come to me, I'm just going to have fun with you. I mean, I'll toy with you, I'll joke with you, and, you'll think that it was fun. I don't know. I was impressed that he did. I think it was suicide, but it was so next week I'm traveling, so I wanted to have an easy one. Somebody that's fun, so it's Dion Smo.
Oh God. No.
So be looking for Dion Smo next week. And then the week after,
I want to nominate myself for the top left for actually wanting to watch that.
I've asked him. People like he's a poet. I've asked him. He's like, no.
Does Bob the Science Guy get a nomination for top left?
Of course he does.
Okay.
Are you up on top left, Bob? Are you familiar with it yet? So we just FDFE Cliff Schrodinger's cat, and I just introduced it on Saturday. It's kind of like Res Rhetoric's competition that was annual.
Yeah.
And so it's top left.
Let's use the whiteboard.
The top left of the Dunning-Kruger Mount Stupid. So we each get a nomination, and then there will be voting through March. And then the winner will be announced on April 1st. And we're going to make a t-shirt and send it to this person.
That's if they accept the t-shirt.
Well, it's going to show up in the mail whether they like it or not. So, Bob, if you're watching the stream, this is the artwork done by Joel Rube, who did a fantastic job of the flat earther sitting on the edge of the earth with the water spilling over the side. There you go.
Here, here's a graphic representation of top left right here.
There you go. Except it's backwards.
God,
It's top right. It makes a difference.
Well, let's go see this
Shouldn't be
thing.
backwards.
I'm going to try and figure out what the heck it is you're talking about, man.
So it's nominations for which person is the one that's the most wrong and arrogant at the same time. So I nominated Austin Whitsitt. Oh, well, the nomination stream will be in a couple weeks. And Planarwalk is backing Jason. If you remember Jason from the vegan from Mexico.
The person that this quote here was inspired by.
Dunning-Kruger?
He misspelled Dunning-Kruger.
No, he missaid it. So he was saying
said it.
Yeah, so he said Dunning and Kruger. Like he literally called them Dunning and Kruger.
Oh, that's worse.
That's worse.
That's even worse. Oh,
so we all get a nomination?
Yes.
I'm going to vote. I'm going to go down to Planner's neck of the woods, and I'm going to say Mitchell.
Oh,
I'm getting the
Actually-
feeling that Mitchell will get a few votes.
He-
And
yeah.
Brian's logic is a close second.
Actually,
And
I do have. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
and the final one, obviously, is probably the biggest all hat, no cattle jackass there is out there, and that's Quantum Eraser.
I actually do have a serious nomination though.
Yeah.
Jack the Jackhole.
Jake the Jake Hole.
Yeah, Jake the Jackhole. Yeah, him. Sorry.
So
Jake
all right,
the
well,
Jackhole. Yeah.
the official nomination stream will be on FTFE's channel on February 15.
Okay.
Is that Bob and Alice the sheep?
Yes.
Is-
it's probably not-
So yeah, so we'll do that then. You need 2 nominations. You need a nomination and a second in order to be considered. And
That's a
any
Jack.
additional nominations will get 10 votes, I think 10 votes extra, but then we'll do voting through March.
People need to go and watch the highlight video that I did on Jason because he Dunning-Kruger the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Who was it that said that they could debunk Dunning-Kruger in one of Katz's comment sections?
Oh my.
No
I forgot
idea.
who that was. But because
It-
Katz had mentioned, that they were the top left of Dunning-Kruger. This
Hmm.
was like years ago.
Oh.
And
He
whoever it
also-
was said I could debunk Dunning and Kruger, and I'm like, oh God.
He also, Jason also said that the Roman Catholic Church is the reason why people believe that the Earth is a globe. They said that, and I said, so you're saying that in 500 BC, the Roman Catholic Church was burnt. No, I said you'd realize people. You realize people believe the Earth is a globe since 500 BC, and he says, yeah. He said, and so I said, so you're saying that the Roman Catholic Church was burning people at the stake for believing the Earth was flat in 500 BC? And he said, yes.
Oh gosh.
Oh dear God!
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm going to have a contest. I'm going to have a quick contest on your channel. Everybody put in 1 if you want to debunk Dunning-Kruger, or 2 if you want to debunk Masters and Johnson.
Masters and Johnson.
That's
Don't know
Yes.
what that is.
something.
Google it.
All right. While I'm not quite Googling it at the moment, I will say that X Penguin 95, her 5 pound said if we had a geo guesser for flat earthers, it would be easy. They'd all be in denial. Professor Phil Bell, who votes? Anybody can vote. The voting will be on videos. So we're not sure what we're going to do, if it's going to be views or if it's going to be thumbs up, or both. And we're going to put both on my channel and on FTFE's channel. We encourage people to vote early, vote often. We encourage any you can purchase votes from other people if you want. All this, everything is fine. All right, Masters and Johnson.
Human sexual response, the diagnosis and treatment of sexual disorders and dysfunctions from the 57 to the 90s.
I think I'm familiar with that now. Yeah.
I love the way that, like, the name Masters and Johnson just seems like a double entendre itself.
Certainly.
Like they're
Oh.
literally studying Johnsons.
Oh.
So
Oh God.
and it's even worse. It's Virginia Johnson.
yeah.
Masters and Virginia E. Johnson. Okay.
Yes, I'm 13.
All I'm going to say, it's going to be a lot more. It's going to be a lot more fun trying to get into that field than the other one.
Describing the mechanisms. I'm not going to say that on stream.
Yeah. Go look it up yourself, people.
Google it yourself.
So then, and Mallory and Professor Phil Bell were supposed to debate, but Mallory's, she's busy in real life. So, yeah. So, yeah. All right, people. Fumduckery says if Mallory isn't nominated, then there's a big problem. She's fallen for every, and I mean every conspiracy ever. I like her, but she's out there. I don't know if you. She's not serious.
I kind of figured that.
Yeah, and the Jordan said he just said titty caca. In Chicago, there's a newsman named Dick Johnson. There's a professional race car driver named Dick Trickle.
The trickle.
In New Zealand, we have a store called Dick Smith. Or had, should I say. It did go under. And it was then bought by an Australian company, I think. Not joking. It was a tech store as well. So yeah, it was.
They sold ticks.
Tech.
Yeah,
sold,
the bloodsuckers that you don't want to get.
It sold tech.
Oh, tech! Why did you
Tech.
say so?
Heck.
That's
You know those little skateboards that you no, those are tech decks. Sorry.
Tech decks, yes. Say that.
It started.
Come on, guys.
no.
It's tick. It's tick. The stuff you put on horses, the leather stuff.
Tack.
Tack.
Oh, tack.
All right.
It was.
Okay,
It was basically
Planarwalk. Can you say tech deck?
Tech deck.
Ah,
Oh, come on.
say it Kiwi style. Come on.
Yeah, think Kiwi style.
You mean
Say it
tick
Maori. There you go.
Debate Night says Australia should have a boxing school called Can't Punch. Oh, that's cute. Poor Kiwis. Well, yeah. So that will be Bob. You'll be invited to that. We expect that we'll have a lot of people come in and out on the stream to present their nominations, and then have vigorous debates on who should and should not get people's votes.
Mm.
Well, if you guys want to sit down and have a look at some of the candidates, I'm going to be evaluating Nathan Oakley and Quantum Eraser tomorrow as they try to explain to me why trigonometry only talks about triangles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
If it's not involving a triangle, it's not trigonometry, according to them.
Sine and cosine doesn't exist then?
Only if they are used with triangles. Now, a piece of pumpkin pie has an angle at the apex, and of course, that has a sine, cosine, cotangent, secant. Hell, it's
Yeah.
probably got a freaking Haversine. But no, that can't be trigonometry because it's not a triangle because you got one curved side.
Wow.
Yeah,
They must spend years learning this stuff in Flurf school.
I've obviously gone to Mitchell from Australia's Flurf school.
How many of them want to have a school? You got Kyle Adams got his own school. You got Flat Out with the Flat Out Community University. You've got Mitchell. They're all over the place.
Well, you can really improve your GPA if you write and grade your own tests.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Yeah.
When Kyle Adams was on the first time, I'm like, what's the endowment at your university? And do you have how about campus life? And what's your sports team? Your mascot?
It's really bad when you write and grade your own tests and you still fail.
Yeah.
That's good.
I wonder when some of the flat earthers are going to get their test results back. They're probably going to come back negative, though.
Their IQ tests.
Yep.
No, their test scores came back. They're in the top left.
So, Bob, do you think that
Damn
a
it.
lot of people accuse Nathan of not being serious?
He isn't serious. He's an actor reading a script. It's
Okay.
a money-making thing for him.
What about QE?
QE's an idiot. The high point of QE's life was getting butterscotch flavored sugar-free pudding on a diabetic menu. That is the high
That
point of
sounds
his entire
delicious.
life.
Is
That sounds absolutely
that-
delicious.
is that hyperbole or is that real?
I suspect it's probably real.
Okay. So,
But
love butterscotch.
Nathan is an actor and a wannabe YouTuber. I mean, for perspective, Ranty
Yeah.
had a really great expose on him the other day,
Yeah.
and he knows the Earth is a sphere as much as I do.
Didn't they? I remember hearing something that apparently after that thing came out, they were just like the next thing on Oakley's show was really somber, like Oakley had died or something.
what?
Like it almost like the tone was almost as if Oakley had died
Because of
or-
what? Because of
because of Ranty's thing on Simon Dan's channel.
oh. Hmm.
Yeah.
That was a pretty devastating thing for him. You know, I did that to Red Pill Philosophy a few years ago, where I showed that basically he sat down and did this as a joke to make some money. And Oakley's the same way.
All right, so
Oakley
so-
is. I used to think QE was the smart one, but no, he isn't. QE's an idiot. Oakley's the smart one that uses QE as kind of a foil.
So
Yeah.
QE is fooled by Oakley.
Yeah, I would say so. I think QE is a very gullible individual, and you know, he's basically a Brian Mullins.
Yeah.
And you know, it falls for everything that comes down the pike. He was a creationist. He just recycled his arguments for the flat Earth. He has no original thought. He's entertaining, but that's about it.
What flat earther actually has an original thought, though?
So
Like, honestly,
well, they have every once in a while
Well,
a new
what
thing comes up.
flat-
The sextant
what if-
thing was invented recently.
Let me correct you. What flat earther has a thought?
good point.
I mean, you go back to Robotham and Carpenter back in, you know, the late 1800s, early 1900s, where Robotham got he tried changing his snake oil thing to flat earth stuff, and he got chased out of a few towns because they weren't taking his crap, but he learned how to polish. Like, he learned how to polish his snake oil presentation. He learned how to polish his flat earth presentation. He eventually wrote a book. And it's carefully crafted. You can see what he's doing in there to fool the gullible people.
I do love how Eric Dubé will read out of Zetetic astronomy and leave parts of it out that would otherwise help the case for the globe. I am 100% convinced that Eric Dubé is not actually a flat earther and is just lying to try and fool people.
Yeah, that's
Well,
probably the case with Dubé.
It's just like what Daniel Seppings did. He's just a scam artist, and the scam artists do what scam artists do.
But Seppings is no good at it.
Yeah, he's
He was
not really good at it.
terrible.
He's really good at it. He was still a scam artist. He just wasn't good at it.
I wonder if any flat earthers ask themselves, why are so many flat earthers lying?
You got to light a flurf.
Hashtag gotta let it flow.
Yep.
They do it for attention, don't you think? I mean, they have
probably.
relatively meaningless lives, and this is their way to kind of get their 15 minutes of fame.
The ones that are on YouTube, there's different people. There's the ones that are like super fundamentalist Christians that think that that they were fooled into thinking that the Bible says, right? But it doesn't say it. But you have to be, fooled into thinking that it says it. But those people, I think they're very sincere, and they're some of the more dangerous ones.
Yeah. Microraptor says they think all globers lie too, but the difference between when it comes to flat earthers that lie, like I will say that there are honest flat earthers out there. They may not be intellectually honest, but they're at least, they sincerely believe what they're, However, when it comes to, globe earthers, rarely ever do I see globe earthers lie about anything, whether it be just getting something wrong or...
You don't have to make up evidence for the globe. It's everything is correct.
Yeah.
You know the fundamental difference between flat earthers and normal people? I realize I'm not the smartest person out there. There are a lot of people out there that are smarter than I am. And I'm not afraid to call them up and ask them a question. And more importantly, I'm not afraid to listen to the answer and take something home from it.
Yeah.
And I rarely have to ask the same question twice. And if somebody comes on out and says, look, Bob, you screwed up on this one. Here's where you went wrong. Like, geez, I did. I'll not only fess up to it, I'll learn something from it. I won't make the same mistake twice. Flat earthers do not learn. They do not learn. They do not want to hear answers. They just want to hear themselves ask questions. And it's the same questions all the time.
Black Swan,
how many times has SE Montreal asked about the Hasselblad camera? How many times has he been told what the Hasselblad camera was on the lunar landing and how they protected it against the lunar environment? We've pulled up diagrams for him. Comes back the next day. Well, tell me about the Hasselblad camera.
It's the Flurf reset. Most of them, they reset when they sleep.
Some of them, it doesn't even take that. They just reset in the middle of a debate.
The Twitter ones reset in real time. They'll ask a question, you give them an answer, then they'll ask it again.
On a different post usually, but still.
Yeah.
And you'll ask them a question and they just won't answer.
Yeah, they'll just ignore it.
I mean, that's kind of...
It's do your own research. Or
I think...
I'm not going to spoon feed you.
Yeah, but their research is looking at memes. That's it.
It's a lot of them.
I think what's happened is flat earthers have lowered the bar for the Turing test. You could probably, if you go back 20 years and show people what a flat earther is saying, you'd have people going, oh yeah, that's definitely a bot. That's definitely an AI. However, these days, because of flat earthers, you go, oh yeah, that's just a flat earther.
For those who don't know what the Turing test is, it's a test typed on a computer on whether or not a computer can fool a human into thinking that on the other side is a human. But it's typed, so you're not interfacing with them directly.
All AI. Artificial intelligence, yeah.
So that's the Turing test, and Microraptor and a couple others have said it's the Hasselblad camera, not the Hasselback. But somebody else said it might be the Hasselhoff camera. That's Paul. Paul said that.
Hasselhoff.
Sorry
Is
about
that the one they
Gene.
used in Kung Fury?
Yeah, I think you're right. If you take what flat earthers write today and go back 20 years ago and put them on the other side of the wall in a Turing test, the other people would say, nope, that's a computer. That's bad AI.
That's an idiot. That's really bad AI.
Professor Bill Bell had never heard that they reset when they sleep.
Or win the internet today.
They can't put long-term or short-term memory into long-term memory. They can't process that right. The only way they can do that is by watching a YouTube video of Eric Dubay or Globebusters or their favorite Papa Flurf.
The funny thing is, I have problems with short-term memory because of brain damage, yet I can retain that stuff.
I love this. I don't know. You've been told it's not the Van Halen belts over and over. I love when they start repeating Van Halen belts back to me. But Danny Seppings said it to me first. He started with Van Halen belts. He also he can't pronounce latitude and longitude. He calls it latitude and longitude.
Longitude.
All right, hold on. All right, so I put in, Bob, you'll appreciate this. I put in a new dishwasher. The old one had not worked for 15 years probably. So I put in a new dishwasher.
Are congratulations appropriate?
Yes, yeah. Well, then so we like 2 weeks ago we fire it up and it doesn't work. It won't drain. And I'm looking up online all the stuff. What do you do with it when dishwasher doesn't drain? They're like, do this. I do all these things. I'm pretty good at fixing these things. Nothing. So I pull it out and I start messing with the hose. I look at the hose this end, I look at the hose, I disconnect the drain hose, and then I blow on it and I can't blow air through the hose. Like, oh, there's a blockage in it. I pull the entire hose out. It's translucent. You can see. I'm like, I don't see anything, but it's too heavy. Water froze in the hose. It's an outside wall of the house. And it was 20, 30 degrees below zero. It froze the water in the hose. So my wife just sent me a message. Please start the dishwasher so the pipe doesn't freeze. Because it runs for hours and then it's hot when it finishes, so it won't freeze overnight. So, yep.
Life in the north.
That's it. Are you, you must be a little north of Minneapolis. I'm at 45.
I'm at 44.
Oh, I'm north.
Yeah, you're just slightly north of me. You're right across the lake from me. But
well, there's
I spent a lot of time up.
There's all of Wisconsin in the way.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean you're on the other side where the corn is, but yeah, I mean you and I kind of have a common ground in the Western UP. We are up there once in a while, and one of these years we're going to actually run into each other and have dinner.
Yeah. My wife was just saying Labor Day there's a wedding up there. So I'll be up there.
People from Lower Michigan don't go to the UP during Labor Day. They shut the damn bridge down.
Do they really?
It's just, oh my God, yes. We have a bridge walk.
Ah.
They walk across the bridge and you get a little certificate for it.
Oh.
In other words, they shut down the entire thing all day on Labor Day, from dawn until about 6 o'clock in the evening. And then the cars are backed up. The cars are backed up to the next few towns.
So, going back a little bit.
Oh, I want to welcome Round Thinker. Shalom.
Hello. Shalom.
Ahoy, hoy.
Hello.
Ahoy, hoy.
Greetings from northern Michigan.
Greetings from southern Israel.
All right, Planarwalk.
So going back to Van Halen, I think I've realized why flat earthers talk about Van Halen so much, because they think that we're living in George Orwell's 1984, and they can't tell the distinction between the album 1984 and the book 1984.
Ah.
And so I do have to ask, what is better, the book or the album?
Album.
Clearly.
I mean, the book is all right. It's a great romance novel, but other than that,
a romance novel?
Have you not read 1984? It's a romance novel.
I've only I've only started like the bookmark that I've gotten is like right near the front. Like
It's a
I haven't
romance
had enough-
novel.
I'm guessing that Round Thinker has not read it.
No.
It's not.
Like-
no.
Like
But
this album has like
Flat Earthers don't know it because it's got big words in it,
Yeah.
like
oh,
1984.
it does have
If you read it in the right mindset, it's a romance novel.
although it does have like it does try and simplify things with what's that double bad what's the, it's like
Double speak.
no
Double,
no there's
double
like,
entendre.
no there's like something where it's like
I'm
see
looking
if I
for
can find
some water. I got something here.
yeah
I still
there's,
love that thing you have there for your cans though.
That was from Colony L3. It's
Oh.
3D printed.
You know, they should actually mass produce those. I mean, they'd make a lot of money on those things because a lot of people, don't know what to do with their cans. It makes a nice mug thing type deal out of your cans.
ah.
I actually
Uh,
looked at one of those glow forges the other day because I thought it would be kind of neat to be able to make stuff like that. $5,000, man. $5
Yeah.
grand.
Glowforge.
Laser cutter, laser engraver.
Hmm.
Make all sorts of cool crap with it.
It's a 3D printer for metal, and it does more than 3D print with metal though.
Saw there's a rocket manufacturer that 3D prints their rockets out of basically it's just a welder, a big computer controlled welder.
Oh, nice.
There's a lot of rocket companies. Lot of flat Earth tears to be shed as rockets go to space often.
It's Newspeak is what it's called.
Newspeak, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to remember what like the main thing that people say.
There was a reviewer once I read that this is the reason I think 1984 was a romance novel because it had severe, heavy romance elements in it. Like it's an unrequited love deal with between two of the main characters, and that's what sparked the whole thing. Was their love was unrequited, and they couldn't, love each other because of the surveillance state.
And what I was thinking is double plus good.
Oh,
Oh,
Stringer
yeah,
News
double
1
plus
just said
good.
it. Double plus good, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Quiddy said his first concert was New Kids on the Block, and I was about to take away his wrench. Then he said, but my second concert was Metallica. So, all right, you're back.
Well, my first concert was Metallica, and my second concert was Pearl Jam.
My first concert was Black Sabbath.
Oh, nice.
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 Yeah, it was going to be the last concert ever, but then they added a new leg to the North American tour.
Was that with Dio?
No, that
Or
was with
Ozzy?
Ozzy.
I've only seen with Dio, they called themselves Heaven and Hell at the time instead of Sabbath. But
Yeah.
played the Dio version of Black Sabbath songs.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't been to any other concert except for that, so cancel me if you want.
Ooh.
Yeah, Metallica was on LSD and Pearl Jam was on shrooms.
So
are you saying that you were on shrooms, or was that Metallica or Pearl Jam were on shrooms?
I was on shrooms.
Okay.
Okay. Fred and Six Fly says, I'm so old I've seen Genesis. Was my first concert 1977. Malmo, Sweden. I've never seen Genesis, and I would love to have seen them back in the day. Round Thinker, what's the best metal band you've seen?
I was into metal when I was pretty much too old to have the leisure to go.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
I mean, I used to become fond of Metallica when I was about a year before I got married, and after that, my time was totally consumed.
Yeah, my first concert was Genesis. It was just in a black void, and all of a sudden I saw a bright light, and someone said, "Let there be light," and everything started.
That's a pretty good pronunciation of Malmo. Excellent. Round Thinker and I are doing. I've still got to. Maybe I'll read it. I'll get to it and edit it on the trip because I'm taking a vacation here in a bit. But
Take your time. Take your time. I'm working on other videos right now.
The 200 verses that don't say anything about flat from the Bible.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I told you about that Planarwalk.
What's that?
I told you about that.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
They need to actually get someone who understands Hebrew and get them to tell them exactly what it says.
That's exactly
what I do.
That's what he does.
Sweet, awesome.
That's his first language.
Hebrew speaker. I live in Israel.
I was thinking, wait. Because I know Ashanti speaks Hebrew, and I was like,
I'm
Round
talking
Thinker
to her as
sounds
well.
Israeli, so
But
I live in Israel.
But her Hebrew is probably not too fluent.
no, she speaks Hebrew. She's a Jew, so she speaks pretty fluent Hebrew.
And I only know New Zealander English.
And Maori. And Maori.
A little bit. Like, I wouldn't say I'm fluent in it, just like I wouldn't say that I'm fluent in Japanese either.
Yeah, well, Konbanwa, Tomodachi.
Are you fluent in English?
Nope.
New Zealand English?
That doesn't be considered in English.
I like this. There will never be a reunion of the Ramones. Only one bass player and 3 drummers are alive. Gaudens, will I stream again from a park? I have already begun looking at parks to stream from. Yep.
Are you talking
I've
about
enjoyed that?
What type of park are you talking about?
So a week from today, I will be near Pensacola, and so when I do my live stream, FTFE is going to produce it, and I'm going to be debating Dion Smo. I will probably be in a park because the campground has just terrible cell coverage.
So what type of park? Because I know that because I am only aware of you streaming from one type of park, and it's not the park that I was thinking of. It's not a nature park or anything. It was a car park.
We don't say car park here.
You don't?
No, we say parking lot or parking lot.
Okay.
Car park. We don't say car park. That is a really weird word for me to hear car park. So
your car park is a word that we use in New Zealand. At least I think it's a word that we use in New Zealand.
That's just because the Queen still bosses you around. You do what she says, right? And Round Thinker's got it. Yes. Is math singular or plural?
Right after Trump was elected, I made a meme when there's the Queen in the front and the text is, "Dear Americans, the experiment on self-governing was failed. We will be happy to get you back under the crown."
So yes, anyway, I found, I couldn't find the one I was at last year. But I found another one. So yeah, I will.
So it'll be from a nature park.
Yes, one that has a picnic table and hopefully a plug-in. And
Like where Heather has it right. Car park sounds like a car theme park for car nerds to hang out in.
yeah. And I'm gonna try to get to not Bob, to Kent Hovind's X Dinosaur World, if I can manage the time and convince my family that we all need to go there for one afternoon and poke around what is now private property by somebody. I don't know who owns it now, but make sure I bring a light. Yes, I have ordered an actual ring light, a battery powered ring light.
Oh, nice.
That I will use this time. So, well, it's you know what, Bob, it's almost 2 a.m. for you.
It's
Very good.
It's almost 2 a.m. here too.
And it is almost 8 p.m., which is my bedtime here.
What?
Wow. What?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. That's
Yeah.
At your age, if I went to bed at 8 p.m., I'd have
you
to be
can
in a
stay
coma.
until Wolfie 6020 will go you to get will tell you to go to bed.
if I went to bed at 8 p.m., I'd wake up at 2 a.m.
Yeah, 2 a.m. is go to bed time, not wake up time.
I could ask Wolfie 6020 if I'm allowed to stay up for a bit longer, but
yeah. All right, I'll send him a message on. We'll see.
He's pretty strict, I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty strict.
yeah.
On the adults platform.
All right, well, everybody, this has been fun. Be looking for the stream, the official nomination stream, on the 15th of February on FDFE's channel, and starting in probably March, we'll have voting will begin. It'll be videos. We probably, if you remember Reds, he just had a video with just a black screen, and we're gonna actually have like clips of the nominees doing the things that they do that makes us want to vote for them.
Yeah.
So we'll try to get
same method like Reds, like dumb fuck of the year.
Yes, it's gonna be similar to that. Yeah. So
the actual award show will be in March.
April 1st.
April. Sorry. I'm
April
slow to things.
Fool's Day will be when they
Will it be black tie?
That's perfect.
There is one problem with doing it in April Fools. These guys are fools all of the year.
Yeah,
not just on April.
That's the day we'll do that. So I think it's perfect. I'll put up one more time for everybody to have a look at the art right there from Joel Rube, and he did a great job. So that'll be on the shirt that we send to the winner. I asked about putting the winner's face on there, but he says, it's hard and copyright. So there we go. Everybody, Round Thinker, what do you got to say as we head out?
These streams start way too early for me.
What time is it there? It must be.
Now it's 8:45 a.m.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Oh, wow. That's not too bad.
That stream started on 6 for me.
6 a.m. Yeah, that's who gets up at 6 a.m. That's terrible.
I'm getting up on 6 a.m. but I have some other duties like making sandwiches for my kids.
All right, Zoomy. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on, sweetie. I'm slow. But yeah, I'm producer for NASA Bunker 33. We're going to be showing mirroring NC Tunes Daniel Sepping's video pretty soon, and we'll probably premiere it. And after that, on Saturday, we're going to be doing a live debunking of a bunch of Daniel Sepping's other scams. So be prepared for that.
Is that your alarm?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's terrible. Terrible.
So tune in
Let's
for
see.
that.
That'll be good. I'll look forward to that. I'll be driving at the time though. So,
Oh,
and then we are stopping so we can do the SC Tune show. So,
yeah.
and then all right, Planarwalk.
Yes.
Convince us that we should vote for your top left.
Well, I mean, he said that the Roman Catholic Church was burning people back in 500 BC. He called Snell's law snail's law. He said that he said that two halves of a he said that half of a dome is a sphere.
The wrong
and
way.
then when we asked him, don't you mean two domes is a sphere? He said, no, half of a dome is a sphere. He doubled down on it.
Okay.
And he Dunning-Krugered the Dunning-Kruger effect. I mean, I don't know what more convincing you guys need.
The dome is a double sphere then?
Yeah.
What's the geometry of that? I can't imagine such a thing. It's a fourth dimension sphere.
Nobody can. Don't try to. All right, and Bob, glad to have you here. Are you tomorrow?
Hey guys,
you're gonna talk to who?
Tomorrow, I'm going to kind of go over the interview with Nathan and Quantum Eraser's take on it. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to learn about all sorts of new things that none of us ever thought about, like what trigonometry is and how it has to have triangles. So it should be a lot of fun. I'll be doing that in about 8 hours.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? And send us a comment down below of who you want to nominate or who you want to win for top left.
I'll try to look for some Israeli players that write or speak in English.
You're gonna have to get another Israeli to second the nomination.
I have Mr. Gordish, but his English is pretty. All
right, it might be tough. All right, I'll help you out. All right, everybody, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.